All right. We are all set up. So yeah, earlier we streamed playthrough Pokemon Colosseum, and you know what? I got really inspired to draw. I already finished all my zines for the month. The next couple of days, I'm going to a zine fest to sell my zines, so I have extra time to kind of do stuff. So I decided I think I'm gonna start working on a Pokemon Colosseum animation, and I'm gonna take you guys through the process of kind of like how I'm gonna go about things and stuff like that. So, open up a new thing. So before we start animating, so as you see down here, this is the timeline. So I'm gonna close this docker, this animation timeline docker, so I can have more space to do stuff. And we're gonna start like brainstorming on kind of like what we want to see in the animation, the progression, pretty much concepts, designs, all that good stuff. Let me see. Where's my grid? Storyboard, okay. Let's see, one. Okay, so there's a built-in storyboard feature in here. So, yo, tell me why this feels so fucking counterproductive. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it on the fucking. All right. So since you guys played, I'm assuming played Colosseum. Yeah. What up, Donnie? Since you guys played Colosseum, like what is it that you want to see in your in a Colosseum like anime? Like what is it that really appealed to you that you would want to see like in anime form? Like fluid animation? Do you want Sakuga like animation? You know, action? Like what we want? We're just gonna jot some stuff down and then we'll write underneath about kind of like what each cell is gonna be. So we'll do the first three. Let me see what we can cook up here. I'm not vibing with this song. Okay, so on the side, what does Pokemon Colosseum have? What can we do? So the Colosseum set in the... Make sure the battles are epic. Okay, yeah, we could definitely do that. I was thinking if we're gonna do Sakuga, if we're gonna practice Sakuga, and so Sakuga is like high fast like animations, right? Normally in battle scenes, they normally have a lot of impact frames and stuff like that. So this is kind of like the concept that I wanted to do. So let me pull up another thing before I start drawing too, and just kind of write down kind of like what I'm thinking, so you guys can get like a visual. So I want for what the fuck? Why am I still stuck on the pencil? Okay, so Pokemon. Sorry if you guys can't read my handwriting. Alright, so we want epic battles. So I'm thinking so this is point one. I really want like ambient aesthetic scenery. Because I feel like Pokemon Colosseum, when we look at some of the places, right, it gives us enough information that that things become like really ambient, really like scenic. For example, if we were to go to Relic Forest, right, you have the really nice like music behind it. You have the actual relic itself in the forest. Everything seems spacious, really ambient, and that's what I really want to capture with this animation. And then Nani Punani recommends, you know, epic battles, so I'm assuming instead of doing the standard like Pokemon like animation, like, you know, like when Ash versus like another opponent, it's kind of like not as fluid as you want it to be. I want to change that, so instead of it being kind of like somewhat static or not as impactful, I'm gonna do Sakuga, which is stuff that you would see in Jujutsu Kaisen, One Punch Man, Chainsaw Man, where it's high octane animations. Impact frames right before a Pokemon hits a move would be pretty cool to show like depth and volume and just how heavy the move is. In high action, what this means would be like the fluidity and how many frames there are. Nice vaporwave music, hell yeah. So, got epic battles, ambient aesthetic scenery. I want to do 1-to-1 source material. This is important. So like, I'm not a really political guy. I don't really care about woke shit or like things on the different side of the aisle, but I do think that like respecting the source material is super important, and I don't want to do a reimagine or a retelling of Colosseum. I want to keep it 1-to-1 to the source material and pull things from there and then expand on that. So for example, the Outskirts stand, right? You don't really get to experience the Outskirts stand that much besides like 2 fights, the shopkeep, and maybe like the news and like 2 people that's in there, right? Oh, and not to mention Truly and Foley that are there in the beginning. So like we can expand on that. Also, don't shy away from using unconventional music. Like the last Vaporwave song you just played, somewhat reminds me of the forest where you purify the Pokemon. That could be pretty cool. Maybe I can talk to a couple Vaporwave artists, and maybe I can have kind of like a rendition of the music, or maybe like add different things, because I do want to add unique music. If anyone knows how to like mix and master and wants to be a part of this project, let me know, because I'm looking for more people. Right now I'm just going to be a one-man animation team. But I was thinking of using some of the tracks from the actual game for certain aspects, and any time the animation is not using the music from that track from the game, it's gonna be like, I was thinking like Vaporwave or like really aesthetic music to kind of get the feel of the region. I want to expand, so one thing I really wanted to do is expand on side characters. So this includes characters like Mirror B and Duking comes to mind. Same with Silva when he tries to take the power from the Colosseum. I feel like these are characters that can be expanded on, especially Duking. I want to highlight this. This character is going to be a main focus of the animation, not our animation, but like of our story, because Duking is the reason why there's Pokemon even coming to the region in XD Gale of Darkness. He's pretty much that guy in the story, so we could do some insane plot points with him. If you're keeping it to 1-to-1, will you make it a point for the main character to capture all the Shadow Pokemon? If so, how would that work out? So the way it would work out in my mind is, so Wes has to go and capture all the Pokemon, right? There's what, 68? I think there's like 60 something Pokemon that he has to capture. And if we're gonna put things in like episode series, for example, if we keep it 12 episodes, we gotta compact a lot into the episode, and I feel like that makes the episode degrade with value because you're packing in so much information. It's equivalent to the Culling games in Jujutsu Kaisen. They try to cram as much information in the anime in like one episode, and that just doesn't work for the viewer or for the reader. So it would have to be episodic. either I would have to increase it to 24 episodes, right, and have like one full season, which would be like a lot of work for me, but cool. Or I can figure out a way for each episode to capture a specific number of Pokemon and have specific interactions without rushing the story. Because I don't want to rush the story, and I don't want to make it feel like you have to hurry up to the end, you know? I want you to take your time and really enjoy the environment. So now let's get to the thumbnails, because we have kind of like an idea, right? I can work on this. Also, wouldn't mind if you just got the Pokemon that seems like it would be in his team, or he captures all the shadow Pokemon and uses them how he sees for the stadium battles. That would be pretty cool, actually. Like, we can have it so that like this. So the important Pokemon that we can have on his team that he's specifically searching for or comes across, he can have him on his team, right? Every other Pokemon that isn't really important or doesn't really fit his team can get sent off screen. Like, we can have it so that he captures them off screen and only the important battles are shown up. Another cool thing too is that we can look at the scans of the Pokemon Snatcher Leo manga, which is the Pokemon Colosseum manga, and we can use influences from that to create dialogue for our character and stuff like that, and scenery. So this is kind of like what I was thinking. Right, we can go one of two routes here. So we can do like a short introduction onto what a Pokemon is. For example, let me show you. Let me go to YouTube real quick and kind of show you what I mean. So what we could do is let's go like movie 2. No, this is the Pokemon song. Aha! Wait, I found it. So we can have something like...
all of its many shapes and forms.
So we can have something like this where we can explain kind of like what Pokemon are, and then just set it in the Ore region, like where Pokemon Colosseum starts. But I don't know if I want to like straight up like copy the thematic or the like idea for it. So yeah, we could do an intro talking about Pokemon and what it is for people who've never seen Pokemon Colosseum or know about Pokemon, or we can just set it in the grimy aesthetic and we can just start it. So first like, you know, box. I was thinking like it would be like top-down view. So
You got this. Create a website that looks like you know what you're doing, even if you don't know what you're doing, because you're using a website that developed a tool that knows exactly what it's doing. It helps you design a logo. This is what we came up with. We put it here. We put it everywhere on our website.
What is? Oh wait, showing you guys a fucking ad. I'm so sorry. All right, let's go back to Krita. I don't know about this. So what we can do is, I mean, we can have like, pretend this is like West right here. So what we could do is like, we can have like his bike, right? And he's like right here. And what we could do is that we can have like sand dunes. Remember, this is just thumbnailing. This is not the actual animation. This is not the finished product. This is just thumbnailing. So what we could do is that we can have like Wes kind of like traveling like to the Snag'em hideout, and then we can add kind of like, you know, more dunes or like a path. And then what we could do over here, kind of give us some depth. Maybe you can do something similar to that, but then at the end of the screen have it pan to or show how an empty of Pokemon it is. Yeah, we could actually. Actually, that sounds That sounds pretty good, actually. Wait, hold up a minute. So maybe, hold up. Oh, dude. Yo, wait, hold up. Right, have rocks here, and this is all gonna be, like, filled out, right? Alright, we'll silhouette all this stuff, make it look kinda rocky. What I could do is, like, in the background, let me do this with a different color. In the back, right, we can have kinda like, so maybe we could start it off, right? This would be a silhouette. We could show foreground, middle ground, background, sun, skarmory, or whatever the fuck you want to have up here, right? And then it pans, right? How do we do that? We can either change the scene or we can make it pan out. So the way we would do that is instead of showing the cactus, right, we just gotta move it. So what I could do, alright, it could probably go to like, dude, what? Oh, bro, I have an idea, right? Because like with Pokemon Colosseum, it gives us a little bit more freedom to kind of like work with concepts that are a little bit more adult themes, I guess. Because like in the Snatcher Leo manga, fucking Wes was able to just like avoid a battle by like throwing his Pokeballs at this dude's nuts. So it's like we could do stuff like that.
Link, stop answering his phone.
Right.
Any fatalities? Oh my god.
I know what we could do is because this is like the floor, right? We could have it like pan out, and then I'm just gonna draw like a basic shape just to kind of indicate what this is. Because I just don't want to like draw this out if I don't have to. So like pretend this is like Wes's motorcycle, you know, fucking hover bike or whatever you want to call it. So here's his bike, right? And he's like zooming, and then like it gets like closer, right? So you see like kind of like, all right. So it starts off with like fucking. We can even probably turn this like top down, maybe. Kind of like. So we can have like one of two. was like him like whizzing past. So like it would start off here, scenic, right? Then it would move, and then we see kind of like something in the distance, right? Driving, and then as it keeps getting closer, we can have it so that we catch like a glimpse of his bike hovering over the dunes and shit, or over the sand. But the thing is, you don't get to see the character. You might be able to see the Pokemon, but the character is kind of like be hidden because he's like doing something over here. And over here, we can just like. You guys see the vision? Or a Cacnea lantern in the background? I don't know. I'm sure you'd make this one hell of an animated series. Hell yeah, dude, we can... Okay, so like, my initial idea is like, I was thinking that this was like bone. Like, this could be like a bone, like a Cubone skull or something because it's a desert. But I think having a Cacnea or a Litwick sounds a lot cooler, I'll be completely honest. Alright, so how would this... Alright, let me bring like a new one. Alright, so I feel like I have kind of like what I want, and I want to expand on that. The thing is, I'm just not comfortable just going straight into the animation without having a good foolproof plan, because if one thing fucks up, dude, the entire thing fucks up and I waste time. Let me see. Maybe we could go into it.
Scribe makes step-by-step guides for any project.
Don't know until I try.
You know what's terrifying at work? When you start a new job and there's no training, none of the processes are documented, and you're completely on your own. Let me show you one of the best kept work secrets. It's called Scribe. Go to scribehow.com, click Capture, do the task once, and Scribe will create a step-by-step.
Also, I think you need to voice Wes. You think so? Do you think my voice would fit it? Hell yeah, I appreciate it. Foreground is going to be silhouetted. Either that or GP Hustler. Dude, GP Hustler, dude, maybe we can have him voice act for a character. I'm down to try like new people, dude. If someone wants to voice act, dude, like for this, I'm down. See, I gotta look at one of my references, something I did on the Game Boy, or I mean like I drew like a pixel art. Let's see. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, she'll voice a character. We were joking about that earlier.
Is expensive? Think again. Anyone can bring their AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today, and we'll give you a better deal. So bring us your bill. Walk in, run in, pogo stick in, teleport if you can. Ride on the back of a rollerblading yak or fly in on the wings of a majestic falcon. Any way you can, bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today, and we'll give you a better deal on
Hot
the best
commodity.
network. Based on RootMetrics' best overall mobile network performance, U.S. second half 2025, all rights reserved. Must provide very recent postpaid consumer mobile bill in the name of the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
It's not coming out like I wanted to. Dude, where did my... Okay. Alright. So, I'm going about this the wrong way. Maybe I should... Fuck. Let's see. I need like fucking references, man. So we got an empty desert. What we're gonna do is this. Only if I can play a character that has a girl boss team. All Pokemon that have female dimorphic characteristics like Nidoqueen, Salazzle, etc. Awesome. So this is what we're gonna do. So what does a Cacnea look like? It's like I'll refine this. I'll refine this in a second, guys. Don't worry. Oh man. This is just a placeholder. If I can.
Granger knows that if you're a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility and your machinery isn't working right, you need to understand what's wrong as soon as possible. So when a conveyor motor falters, Granger offers diagnostic tools like calibration kits and multimeters to help you identify and fix the problem. With Granger, you can be confident you have everything you need to keep your facility running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
The bike and it goes, it's coming this way. Alright, so the Wes's bike is coming this way. There's a Cacnea right here. The Cacnea is gonna move this way, turn its head, and it's gonna see this. It's gonna fly past him and he's gonna like do like a little twirl or something like that. I was thinking Tumbleweed, but I feel like Tumbleweed is too... If he's coming this fast, I feel like this is not even worth having here. Fuck. Gotta merge these layers. That's why. What the hell is this thing right here? Alright. I think one of the bosses are like that. If it hasn't been done before, I mean. Hold up, wait a minute.
The 2026 Chevy Equinox is ready for your daily drives, weekend getaways, and everything in between. Plenty of cargo space, plus a big touchscreen that keeps all your tech right where you need it. It's more than an SUV. It's your Equinox. Chevrolet.
Dude, we're cooking, bro. We're actually cooking here right now. Do you see the vision?
Helps you handle it. Asana AI can spot roadblocks
You see the vision?
and assign work to keep everything on track. That's how work gets handled. Visit us at asana.com.
Alright, what do you think about the sign that has the QR codes to scan and pay at the booth to expedite the process? I'm not too sure. I think that's pretty cool. You can do price lists now and then? Yeah, for sure.
transferring credits into WGU was it was a great experience. I went to 6 or 7 other universities, and WGU just said, here, send it here, and we'll take care of it. It was seamless, and I knocked out almost 3 years worth of credits, and I did it in about 14 months.
Learn more.
Grainger knows that if you're a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility and your machinery isn't working right, you need to understand what's wrong as soon as possible. So when a conveyor motor falters, Grainger offers diagnostic tools like calibration kits and multimeters to help you identify and fix the problem. With Grainger, you can be confident you have everything you need to keep your facility running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Winter's better when you're prepared. Experian, your BFF, big financial friend, could cancel subscriptions you don't use and help lower your bills. Get started with the Experian app today. Your big financial friends, helping you stay cozy and in control. Results will vary. Not all bills or subscriptions eligible. Savings not guaranteed. $631 a year. Average savings with 1+ negotiations and 1+ cancellations. Paid membership with connected payment account required. See Experian.com for details.
Experian.
Peep Up Attack. Yeah, that's my favorite Pokemon, Cacnea. Cacnea's cool.
Bilis! Pili na ng meal deal sa McValue. Yung $5 McChicken meal deal, yung $6 McDouble meal deal, o ang bagong $7 daily double meal deal. Bawat meal may kasama small fries at saka drink at 4-piece McNuggets. There's actually no rush. Excited lang ako pag McDonald's. Prices and participation again.
Oh, fuck, I gotta do this by hand, dude. Oh, fuck. Alright, alright. Keep this. Oh my gosh, I accidentally deleted. Oh, I'm restarting. Holy shit. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Alright, new plan. Because we fucked up. We're doing a new plan. Yo, 1 second, I gotta use the bathroom. I am back. Alright, let's get the show on the road. So, I'm gonna delete this background. We just start fresh. Completely fresh. So, this is what I was thinking. Started off with Cacnea.
Adobe Creative Cloud is designed to be almost like a playground. It's a collection of applications. If you are more like an illustrator or a graphic designer, you have your own app. If you are more like an editor or you want
Okay, hold up.
The Venmo debit card. Made for staying in the moment and on the move. Earn cash back easily. All with no monthly fee or minimum balance. Your money, your move. Venmo.
I vape, but I don't need to vape, you know? I only do it when my friends do it. Or on the weekends. I don't know.
Okay, it's coming together, dude. So the thing is, I have Cacnea walking this way, and is gonna stop like right here, and is gonna overlook like a valley, and then we're gonna see Wes driving. That's pretty much like the gist I have for this. Cacnea just looks so fucking goofy. Once we start inking, like...
Hey everybody, Walton Goggins here. Starting a business is never easy, but with GoDaddy Arrow, that endeavor is about to become a whole lot easier.
Hey man, you got this.
Create a website that looks like you know what you're doing, even if you don't know what you're doing, because you're using a website that developed a tool that knows exactly what it's doing. It helps you design a logo. This is what we came up with. We put it here, we put it everywhere on our website, and we even put it right here. What I'm telling you, from one central command center, you can have all your social media empire operating. You're doing it all. Everything. Fast. Let's go, Daddy!
Here's how I handle our team's weekly product release. We track everything in a calendar, so if anything changes during the week, everyone stays in the loop. I use AI task summaries on all the engineering tasks, so I can get quick breakdowns about what's shipping and what's not. Our team uses ClickUp Chat heavily, so when I ask questions in our release channel, the AI Answers agent gets me answers immediately with all the latest product updates from all over ClickUp. And once I've got the most up-to-date info, I use ClickUp AI to write out the release notes documentation, and we're good to go. ClickUp makes
All right.
for product sprints all the way
I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm gonna save it, but we will definitely work on this tomorrow after our playthrough series. So, but thank you guys for tuning in, looking at kind of like what I'm doing and stuff like that. Definitely going to be animating, and we'll definitely get this project done pretty fast. So anyways, guys, this is me, your boy, Dragon Masters 525, aka Keon, signing